Indian matchmaking, the show that we didn't need, but well, we got. It's about Seema Taparia, Mumbai's self proclaimed top matchmaker. Right off the bat, she makes the most ridiculous statement that in India we have marriage and we have love marriage. By this, she obviously means arranged marriage is the way to go. Seema Mami helps her Indian clients with the arranged marriage process by finding the perfect match. Her job is difficult because for guys, she has to find a tall, slim, fair, educated girl from a good family and caste who's up for compromise and adjustment. And as for the girls, they are always too picky and stubborn. Seema Mami's secrets to a successful marriage include keeping the parents in the middle, asking her clients not to go by the pictures because in real life the person may be much fairer. And obviously, the most crucial part of an Indian marriage, checking horoscopes and learning your destiny from a face reader who'll tell you how stubborn you are and if your husband will tolerate you even if you slap him. We are introduced to her first client, Aparna, who says she hates comedy, but I couldn't help laugh when she asked if people see their husbands all the time. Initially, like everyone else, even I was afraid of Aparna, but eventually I realized that she's a boss. And hey, what does it matter to us if she doesn't like beaches? She's independent and ambitious and knows exactly what she wants. And since I'm extremely indecisive, I truly admire that. Our next client is Pradyuman, and hey, he's not just a rich pretty boy. He's also talented and entitled. His hobbies include scanning diamonds, feeding people gold and liquid nitrogen filled makhanas, fox nuts, and spending time in his fingerprint locked closet. I know what you're thinking, guys, but he has already clarified those rumors. He is said to have rejected 150 biodatas, but after he explained that with the analogy of a dating app, I guess it makes sense. He finally makes Seema auntie happy when he likes a girl who's a model. Although, I don't know why she didn't match them before as he was screaming for an attractive girl since the beginning. Come on, auntie, we can't do your job for you. Nadia, the most dynamic candidate of all. We all felt her energy and wanted more. She took us on an emotional journey by showing us her fun, vulnerable, and strong side. She was independent, unapologetic, and I loved how she wanted to see the good in people. She was adorable, and I would love to have a partner like her. Vyasar, our next client, and undoubtedly our favorite man. Unlike Aparna, I love comedy and could not help falling for this funny man. His life is not without complications, but he shows us that we can still be jolly and adorable and have a good heart. Well, I want to see you again, Vyasar. The most problematic character is Akshay. He's a typical product of patriarchy and personification of awkwardness. The show was more focused on his mother, the actual villain, not just of the show but of this society. She's exactly what's wrong in this country, and she can definitely give Seema Mami a run for her money. What she's looking for is not a human girl but an object whose purpose in life will be to follow her rules, look after her son, and have his babies. This lady makes my BP high, and I'm still trying to figure out the relation between Akshay's marriage and his brother having kids. If you have, please enlighten me. Next, we have everyone's favorite Ankita. She's just a wholesome person. She's independent and charismatic. She's someone that women can get inspired from. I would have loved to see more of Ankita, but I'm glad that she is self-aware enough to realize that her life is fulfilling without marriage, at least for now. Plus, she always has her friends' inspired backup plan just in case. Between Ankita's story, we are introduced to Geeta, whose first impression is that unlike Seema auntie, she is a sensible matchmaker. But maybe that's an oxymoron because her views turn out to be equally outdated, if not more. Although we get to see very little of our last candidate Rupam, I simply adore her. Her cuteness and soft-spoken nature makes us warm, but that shouldn't be confused with weakness as she didn't hesitate to call out her father when he was causing trouble. We all felt sad when she was told her options were limited because she was a divorcee with a child, but her positive outlook towards life was so refreshing. She was willing to try no matter what and hope for the best. She eventually met someone on Bumble, and I hope the best for her. While there has been a lot of criticism for the show, and rightly so, I'm glad that it was made because we needed it to show us the mirror and realize that people with such mentalities, just like on the show, exist and they are a part of our society. It is a hard truth, but a truth we must accept. Today, because of this show, we are talking about how parts of the Indian society remain regressive and sexist, and no matter how much money you have, your mind can still be poor. I appreciate Seema Auntie for suggesting a life coach to her clients who needed some guidance and normalizing seeking help when confused. It was so refreshing to watch the real lives of these wonderful women. I think they are a great representation of strong and independent Indian women. They definitely stole the show. And Vyasar, obviously. Between all the sexism and misogyny, there were friendships like Aparna's or Vyasar's or Ankita's, and family bonds with mothers, cousins, or daughters, which were a treat, and the fact that such real relationships exist gave me hope. And finally, I want to acknowledge Shobha Auntie, who was probably the most sensible adult in the show. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Keep shining and take care.